That's Danny Bonaduce, life coach, 1-800-252-1825. We're also taking your emails at lifecoach@KZOK.com. So give a call right now to 1-800-252-1025. And like I said, we'll take your emails at lifecoach@KZOK.com.
Can I tell you what? I was at Bartell's over the weekend.
Yeah.
I was there on Saturday, and thanks to everybody who came out. And, of course, thanks to Bartell's for putting on a great time. A lot of people were talking about Life Coach, and this one guy named JJ said he came up to Seattle, heard your show, heard Life Coach, heard your story, and said he was so inspired by your ability to overcome your drug and alcohol demons and get sober over 3 years now that he got sober.
Oh, good for him.
Yep. And he said...
Nice to be a part of that.
I think he's on 1 year of sobriety.
That's great. We had a caller this morning that pointed out he's already got his first 8 months.
Yep.
That's a big deal.
And it really did, mean a lot to a lot of the people saying that to hear about you.
A lot of people take it, you just throw things out there sometimes without giving any thought to what happens. And when you're dealing with somebody's sobriety, whether you mean nothing by it or they meant somebody that's struggling like crazy, that's having the sweats, that's lost their family, they're taking it very seriously. I'm a big fan of my Twitter. I go to it all the time. But if I send out some kind of joke, like during the Mardi Gras, I had all these beads anyway. So I took off my shirt, took a picture of myself wearing no shirt and a bunch of beads, and I wrote down, having a great time at Mardi Gras. Have you guys seen my pants? And I got 100 or more Twitters that, some people just got the joke, hang in there, whatever. But some people said, hang with your sobriety. It means everything. I couldn't believe these was your role model. That was a big deal. But I guess some people, because they know I was a huge ass, then when you get a little bit together, they really respond to that. So thanks for all the kind words and thoughts, and you too. Hang on in there.
And so if you've got a question about that or, legal stuff, you've been through all of that, divorce, relationships,
legal
work
stuff,
issues,
yeah.
kind of any problem, basically. If you've got that, then call the Life Coach now at 800-252-1025, or you can email lifecoach@KZOK.com. Keith in North Bend sent an email.
So let's start with an email. I love the emails.
He said, I have been married before and got burned really badly. My girlfriend has never been married, and now she's pressuring me to tie the knot. It's not that I don't trust her, but I have lived through the pain of a bad divorce and have the emotional and financial scars to prove it. I don't want to take a chance on that happening again. I don't want my girlfriend to get frustrated and look elsewhere for a husband, but I'd rather just stay boyfriend and girlfriend for the foreseeable future. How can I keep her and avoid getting hurt again?
You know what you want to do on this? Because I know a lot. See, I'm just the opposite. I get married right away and hope things work out. Excuse me. I married the ex-wife who, you know what, the way I talk about it offhand, sounds like it was a complete disaster. In a lot of ways it was. But on the other hand, it did last 18 years and produced 2 kids. So, but I just jump into these things. Now to my lovely wife, Amy, I jumped in and seemed to be equally, if not more, lucky than the last time. Here's what I would do on this one, because I think you're right. Here's where you'd go wrong. If you're telling your current girlfriend, I'm gun shy because of the last girl I married and took me and hurt me, she's never going to like that. She's going to say, I'm not your last wife. I don't want to be compared to you. And she's right. So I would lose all of that. Don't compare her to anybody but herself. And I would say these magic words. I'm going to add a little something that you may or may not like. I love the way things are going right now. Why would we screw that up? Things are so great between us. Now, when your girlfriend hears that, here's what she's actually, when you say, things are so great, I don't want to screw it up, she's going to hear, I don't want to marry you. Because that's kind of what you're saying. I get you that things are so great. Why screw them up by getting married? But that's not what she's going to hear. So why don't you say this to her? Things are going so great. I don't want to destroy things. Why don't we give it till and pick a real live date? So this young lady, because she didn't do anything wrong to you, man, because I've done this to girls. She didn't do anything wrong, and I've had girls do it to me. I got hurt in a relationship, so now I'm not doing this, and I wear my hair funny, whatever this girls are up to. I'd give her a surefire date, or at least an idea of what time of the year, and if it's not this year, then next year, that she's going to become your wife, that this is not all is not lost. She deserves that. And then if she hangs in, that's the girl for you, man. She's stuck by you. You know she wants to get married. She wants to get married right now. You don't want to. She understands you're a little bit gun shy at the moment. I'll stick in this long, and then we're going to be a husband and wife. And I think that's fair. So I love the way things are going. I don't want to screw it up right now by getting married. But if it's still this great, I would be a fool to take a chance on losing you. How about so-and-so date in whatever year? I'd give her a surefire date when she's becoming the missus. And it's the payoff for her work. Because remember, you got to know this, and I love you for giving me the email. You're no prize. There's no way you're a prize. I'm not a prize. So if she sticks in it with you and hangs out long enough to become the missus, she deserves that. Give it to her.
800-252-1025. Call that number now if you've got a question for Danny Bonaduce, life coach. Any kind of problem, he can help you. 800-252-1025 or email lifecoach@KZOK.com. Rebecca in Redmond has sent an email. My husband has an executive assistant who shares every detail of her life with him.
She's a lot of trouble. I don't like her. Get rid of her. Okay, back to you. Because I'll tell you right now, I hope the rest of the email talks me honest. I don't like her. On your behalf, I don't like her. She's nothing but trouble. She shouldn't be sharing intimate details with your husband. Back to you, Sarah.
She says, from financial concerns to intimacy issues, this lady holds nothing back. I found this almost amusing until one recent weekend when she called my husband's cell phone asking to meet him for coffee so she could share more of her drama with him. I think she went too far. My husband says she's otherwise a good employee and he's hesitant to let her go. Did I mention she's single? Has she crossed a line?
Okay, here's the thing, man. I'm glad it went. Well, I'm not glad because it's a problem for you. But we were this far into your email. My husband has an assistant that tells him stuff, and I started screaming out, mostly to be fun. I was just having a good. Get rid of this girl. She's nothing but. I was right. This girl's nothing but problems. But if you check it, your husband is in a position to have an executive assistant. Here's one thing you want to keep in mind that just strikes me as so odd. I've seen this happening at radio stations and companies. Very hard to fire somebody these days. You can't just fire, like, let's say, and I'm joking, Will. Let's say, and I'm not in a position, I'm nobody's boss, but let's say I am the boss, okay, of CBS and this radio station, and I want to fire Will. To say you're fired and not give a reason, you could end up in court, no problem these days. The boss can't just fire a person.
Yeah, you need a paper trail.
That's why I was going. Very nice there. Now, why would I ever fire you when you're this smart?
Yeah.
But no, they do. I see them spending months of their time to get a paper trail that leads to the words you're fired. So, A, be careful. The other part of be careful, I hate this girl, man. I don't like this girl at all. The other part of be careful is she's got the phone records that has her calling your husband on the weekends, meeting for coffee and things like that. She could be a real nuisance. Now, maybe I'm going way out there on a limb just because, much like the last email we got, I've been burnt a little bit by employees or things like that, getting myself in a position I don't want to. But I don't know how many secrets she's got, that how many, the things that your husband is telling her back. This might be a semi-inappropriate relationship as far as the corporation goes. I don't think he should fire her. I think he needs to become way less available to this young lady because I'm not calling people to say, meet me on the weekend. You know why I'm not? Because they don't want to, and I know it. Why is this lady calling your husband? Because he might be available. He's emotionally available. I'm thinking she is smitten with your husband. I say cover all your bases so you don't get hurt here before you fire anybody and see as you become less and less available or he becomes less and less available. If these secrets don't stop coming, these phone calls don't stop coming. But either way, be really careful about this woman. Don't just think, hey, I just don't want to around anymore. Now, I think you might have a bigger or a different problem anyway than you would think. I say really tread carefully around this woman. Good luck on that, by the way.
If you've got a question for the life coach, the phone number is 800-252-1025. Any kind of problem you have, he can help you. And remember, you can be anonymous or change your name if you would like to.
Yeah.
And to email, it is lifecoach@KZOK.com. A lot of great, I shouldn't say great emails because they're problems.
I do that all the time. Oh, that was great. Yeah. But it's really somebody's life is going up in smoke.
So some unusual problems.
I know what you mean.
David in Tacoma sent an email. I think my girlfriend is addicted to sex. Now, I know this sounds like a problem many guys wish
it doesn't.
They had, but let me explain. Not a day goes by when she doesn't want it, and sometimes she wants it multiple times a day. On recent occasions, when I've had to say no, she gets depressed and takes it personally. I love her, and I think she might be the one, but I'm getting tired, and I'm concerned that the act is becoming less special because it's so frequent. Thoughts?
Yeah, lots of thoughts. First of all, I do not think that this is the best news I ever heard because I think you're being completely honest with it's hard to keep this up, man. There's a lot of work, and I don't know if you didn't mention this because you don't feel this way yet, because you will, or because you thought you could give me less information, I could still answer it. What's also evident in this young man's mind is if I don't give it to her every single day, she's going to go get it somewhere else. She's an addict. Where does an addict get his drugs? Anywhere possible. So I don't think it's happened yet, or that would have been part of the letter for sure. But I think he's really worried. Where is this going to end? How is this possibly going to go if I don't deliver to her? if she's a real live sex addict, because the other side of this is maybe she's just trying to keep you, that maybe she's really concerned and she's really insecure about things. But I would definitely say, hey, get some counseling on this one, because unless you've been diagnosed as a sex addict ever, it's not the fun. That's why I started yelling no. When I said, you may think this is great. No, it's a terrible thing that here that's not just the sex. Usually the last part about being a sex addict is the actual act of sex. Like the fact that you're getting a lot of sex, that's interesting, but that's not what I hear. It's usually emotional. Somebody misses something, somebody needs something. I think get some marriage counseling right there, because you're going to end up in a lot of trouble. You're not going to fill her needs, or you're going to wonder where she is at night when you're not around. Good luck to you on that. I really appreciate that email.
It's Danny Bonaduce, life coach, and here is Shatana in Auburn.
Hey, Shatana.
Hi, how are you?
I'm great, thank you. How are you?
I'm good. I just had a quick question. Me and my husband both play an online role-playing game. It's not WoW, but it's called Second Life, and I've noticed there's this girl that likes to play the damsel in distress a lot.
Right.
And she keeps going, instead of going to other people on the game, she'll go straight to my husband.
Right.
So I'm kind of trying to figure out if it's something I need to worry about, or if it's just...
Yes, it is absolutely something you need to worry about. And I'm not necessarily saying that this particular girl, although I don't love it, but when you guys are online, do you even need to be in the same room for these kind of games?
Oh, well, we do play in the same room. That's the thing, is she has the guts to actually try to say stuff while I'm right next to him.
Now, do you ever consider, and I don't know anything about these online things, but have you ever, and now this is mostly, is this some kind of sexual needs that you're addressing with this, or just, like people play Dungeons and Dragons?
No, it's not like, well, no, it's not like Dungeons and Dragons, but it's more like, I want to say it's a chat room meets playing with Barbies. It's because you can dress the characters, you can go to dance clubs.
Well, when you're playing online, if it's as innocent as you say, then why would you be concerned at all? If let's stay with Dungeons and Dragons, because I know less about them than I know about the damsel in distress. But why would you care who's playing? You'd want more and more visitors, wouldn't you? Why is it this particular damsel in distress is bothering you?
Well, because it's just the fact she flirts with him. Like, I'll be next to him, and I'll see some of the stuff she writes, and he doesn't say anything back. But it's annoying, because it's like, well, you do realize he's taken. He's told you he's married and he's happy, and you're still trying to play the damsel in distress.
Well, here's the thing. Here's the thing. It sounds like it's good, innocent fun. And as the call was starting, I was thinking, this isn't that innocent. This girl, the damsel in distress, has every right to be in your life because you invited her. Having said that, I don't think you invited her for anything bad. The problem here is with the girl, not your husband. That's really good news. I would, she's going to lose interest. I see change nothing. If you jump ship, who knows? And you've lost something. These games are probably really fun for you and the husband. I don't think anybody's doing anything wrong, with the possible exception of the girl. And I think she'll tire when she sees she's not getting anything. She's going to go away. Hey, thank you very much for that call. I appreciate it. Like I said, keep playing. It's all good fun, and she will go away soon enough. That's all the time we had for Danny Bonaduce, Life Coach. Life Coach is brought to you by Goldberg Jones Divorce for Men. Call 1-800-DIVORCE.